Hi everyone, it's Sherry. I hope that you are having a wonderful day. Y'all, we're going to give a photo album such as this one a makeover. Stay tuned. Welcome to my channel. I am so glad that you decided to stop by, and welcome to all of my new friends and to all of my new subscribers. Welcome back to all of my longtime friends and longtime subscribers. Thank you all so much for showing up today, and thank you for the positive way in which you engage with me and my channel. I truly, truly appreciate it. A while back, maybe as far back as a year ago, I bought these photo albums from the Dollar Tree. And I intended to do something with them. I just didn't know what. But then the other day I happened to be in the Dollar Tree again and I ran across some of these just sitting out and something popped into my head. And I thought, okay, let's just give it a try when you get back and see how it works. And y'all, I absolutely love what we are going to do with this photo album. Now, the one I'm using is a 4x6, but if you have photo albums of other sizes, you can probably use a process very similar to what we're going to do today. So I am going to flip to my overhead camera because I want to give you a look at what I've done with one of them, and then we'll do the second one together. But in the meantime, y'all know what time it is. It's time to make it. All right, so here is a closer look at the two that I purchased from the Dollar Tree a while back. The others that I noticed, they did have these same styles available, but they also had two other covers available that I wasn't too crazy about. But these are just really cheapo photo albums. Nothing special about them. Here you have a window cut out and you simply insert your picture here. Well, we're not going to be doing that because we're going to turn ours into something that we would use on a daily basis, or that we would be happy to gift to someone or even possibly sell. So here is what I did with this one. I didn't change the outside paper at all because I like this paper. I didn't want to reinvent the wheel on covering the outside, so I stayed with this paper. But instead of keeping this open, I decided that I wanted to cover mine. And I covered it with a cut apart mounted to a chipboard layer. And I think that it worked out beautifully. Then on the inside here, we have the little sleeves for the photos that you would want to put in. I removed the guts of this and I turned it into a little notebook complete with a sweet little pocket. So you can see that we have our notepad here. It is completely refillable because we did add the refill slot there. So I'm just going to go ahead and just slide this back in. Y'all, not only is this a super easy project that anyone with any skill level can do, it is also an extremely inexpensive one because I paid $1.25 for the photo album, $1.25 for my pad, and then I took some papers from a paper pad, and each one of these cost me about 7 cents a sheet to be able to do this part of the project. And then I have some cut-aparts. So really, we are truly doing this entire sweet little project for under $3. Y'all, it doesn't get any better than this. Now, what I decided to do on mine, on the back, is I left this here because I'll be giving this to my sister. She uses these for work, and so she won't mind having that on the back. But if you do not want that showing, you can always put your label or a sticker or anything on the back to cover it up. You can even add a pocket to the back. But I don't mind when I make projects like this leaving some of the original elements on the project. So it really is up to you. Y'all, let's jump right into it. So for today's project, I have decided that I want to use this notebook. I have my 4x6 notepad. I have a couple of cut-aparts that I'll be using as decorative elements. And then I have a piece of 3 1/4 by 4 1/4 inch chipboard. These cut-aparts are 3 by 4. So we're going to be using those. And then I have some 12 by 12 paper that I am going to use on this project. And I thought that this worked beautifully with it because we have flowers. And so I thought birds would be really cute. So here is what we're going to do. So the first thing that I'm going to do, y'all, is very easy. There is an adhesive strip right here. And I'm just removing that, like that. Now I can probably save these and use them on another project. I don't know for sure. It really is a very flimsy plastic, so I am going to set it to the side. I might be able to use it on something else. So now we have the bones of our project, and what I'm going to do is we are simply going to measure this because we're going to cut out an inside liner piece. We're not worried about this at all. We're just going to leave it exactly as it is. We're simply going to cover it. All right, so the first thing we're going to do is measure for the inside liner. And when I place an inside liner, I'm always reducing the total size this way and this way by 1/4 of an inch. So this is 10 3/8, so we're going to reduce it by 1/4, and I will be cutting my piece at 10 1/8. And then this side is 6 5/8. Again, I'm going to reduce 1/4, so I'm going to reduce that down to 6 3/8. So I'm going to cut a piece that is 6 3/8 by 10 1/8. And I have decided that I want this to be my inside liner. So I'm going to go ahead and just cut this at 6 3/8 by 10 1/8. So now this should fit right there, and it does. So what I'm going to do is I am going to take some tape, and we are going to place some tape on the inside liner or the inside cover. And y'all, there are probably a whole bunch of different ways you might want to try doing this. If after watching this video you have an idea that you think might work, go ahead and give that idea a try. So I am just going to place this one right here. And we'll remove there. So now we've covered this in tape. I am going to go back and we're going to place tape on the outer edges of this liner piece. And y'all, we do this so that we can have end-to-end coverage of the paper that we're placing down. So I am just going along all 4 sides of this, and we'll place our tape. So now that we have tape on this and tape around the edges of this, we'll simply remove the tape backers from our double-sided tape, and we will join the two together. If you're interested in any of the products that I'm using, you can find links for most of them in the description box. My trimmer, my tape, my finger blade. Just look in my Amazon storefront. It is linked in my description box. So I am just going to take this piece and we're going to put it down like that. And now I'm just going to smooth my inside liner. Then, as always, I'll work my spine by coming in from this direction and then coming in from this direction, just to make sure everything is nice and stuck. So there we have our inside liner. I am going to go ahead and take this piece and we're going to cut it at 6 1/4 because we're going to make this refillable. And then I'm going to cut it down to 4. I'm going to save this because I'll be able to use it in just a few minutes. So now I'm just going to score at 1 on the 6 1/4 inch side and go ahead and give that a fold, because now I'm going to take my notepad and I'm going to place my notepad in like this. And then I'm just going to give it a fold on this side. But when I fold it, I am going to make sure that I have a little bit of excess on the end. That'll make it easy for this to slide in and out. So now I'll just take it, put it on the back. We're going to add some glue. Like this. And now we can take this and we can place it down like this. Making sure that's nice and straight. I'll go ahead and slide out my pad because now I know I have my placement on my holder here. So now we can leave this to dry. I am going to bring in this piece and I'm going to place it down on top. I know that this is 6 inches, but I want to leave that black banding at the top. So I am actually going to cut a piece. So I'm going to cut my piece at 5 3/4 by 4. And then we'll take it and we'll put it on like this. And so the way that I'm going to do it is I am just going to add some tape to the back of this piece. And then we simply remove the tape backers from our tape strips. And now we're going to take this piece, and when I put it down, I'm going to start at the bottom, just trying to align everything as even as I can possibly get it to start. And then I'll place it down like this. So now we can take this and we can put it in. We can put it in like that. So now I want to make a pocket, and I have this piece of scrap that is 5 1/4 by 4, and I'm going to score it at 5/8 of an inch on the 2 short sides and 1/2 inch on the bottom. So then we'll fold and burnish all of our scores. And then here at the bottom, I am just going to notch in here, an angle like that. Notch in here, an angle. So then we're going to take these 2 pieces and fold them like this. I'm going to add some glue. And I'll take this piece and fold it over, take this piece and fold it over, and then we'll add some glue right here and right here. And now we can fold up and over. Let's go ahead and get that stuck. This gives us a nice little pocket that will have just a little bit of depth to it, not a whole lot. And we can take that pocket and put it right there. So I'm going to take my glue and place my glue right there. We'll take our little pocket, and you can place your pocket wherever you want to place it. So I'm going to put mine right there. I'm going to get that nice and stuck. So now I have a little pocket there where I can tuck in my cut-aparts. And then y'all remember the little chipboard stickers that I made the other day? Well, we're going to use this one because we have birds. I think I'm just going to put that birdhouse right there in the middle. So I'm just going to peel off that backer. We're going to take our little homemade chipboard stickers. If you haven't seen that video, I will have it linked in the description box below. And we're just going to put that birdhouse right there because I think that is so stinking cute. So now we can work on the front. So I have a piece of 3x4 chipboard, and I'm going to bring in this piece of scrap, and we're going to cover the chipboard with that scrap. So I'm going to take some tape, put that down to cover my chipboard. Let's go ahead and peel away those backer sheets. So now we can take it and we can put it down like this, getting that nice and stuck. I'm going to take my finger blade and just remove some of this because we don't need all of it. Now I can just stand this up, fold it over like this. And now we can miter our ends. And if you are uncertain about mitering, check out the 5-in-1 tool video that I will have linked in the description box below. A link to it is also available in my Amazon storefront. It makes this part of the process very easy if you are uncertain about how far in to cut with your miter. So now I'm just going to take some glue, place some glue on these 4 ends, and then we fold over. And so now if you have any of those pointies on the end, just take it and drive it into your table or your desk like this. So now we have this covered piece of chipboard. We can take this nice little cut apart and put it down. I am just going to add some glue to the cut apart, and we're going to place it down. So let's put it down like this, getting it nice and stuck. And so now we can cover this opening with this. So I am just going to take my glue, we're going to add our glue to the outer edges first, and then I'll go into the inside and we'll put that down. So now we're going to take this, we're going to place it right there. See if I can get that straight. In this particular booklet, as it's pre-made, the spine was already determined for me, so I don't have any room in here to add a pin loop. But if you want to add a pin loop, then I can take one of my Dollar Tree pin grips and I can place it here on the side, or I can even place it here at the bottom if I want. I think I'm going to place it on the side, but this is actually too narrow for this to fit in, so I am going to do what was suggested by one of you, and I am just going to cut this like that. And now I should be able to take this and place it in like this, and it holds, and I can put this right here on the side. So I am going to grab my E6000. Let's see where we want to place it. I think I'll place it right there in the middle. I'm going to take my E6000, add a little bit here, and then I'll take this and I'm just going to put it right here in the middle. And we're just going to give this a really good chance to dry. But while it's drying, I'm just going to take my cloth that I have soaked in baby oil. Y'all, that's all I'm using is baby oil on this. And I am just going to clean my nozzle so that my E6000 will be ready to go when I need to use it again. Basically, the oil acts as a resist and it keeps the cap from sticking, which means that when I'm ready to use my E6000, y'all, it's ready to go and I'm not wasting E6000. All right, y'all, so the grip is pretty much dry. It's dry enough for me to handle, and I've added the pin to it so you can see how having this on the outside does not take away from the look of this at all. You don't have any unsightly paper looped on the outside. You actually have this beautiful grip right here that just sort of blends in, and it looks like your pen is just suspended there. So if you want to add a pen loop, this is a great way of being able to do it, whether you get the grips from Dollar Tree or you get the grips from Amazon or some other place. This is a fantastic way of adding a pen loop when you don't have room for it on the inside. So then I added these little gems right here, and the last thing that I'm going to do is I am going to take my glue and we're just going to add this little piece of ephemera. Right there. So I'm going to go ahead and remove the pen so that you can see how this looks. Then when you open it, you're able to open it like this. If you need to remove the pad for any reason, you can. If you don't like having the pen grip here, you can place it across the top, the bottom, or even right here. Completely up to you, but I like having it exactly where it is. And so this is just a wonderful idea to make over some cheap albums that you might see in the store, whether it's Dollar Tree or any store. You can probably find these albums for cheap. Go ahead and buy them because the body of the album is perfect. If you don't like the outside cover, go ahead and cover it with some beautiful paper that you do like. I happen to like these two, and I didn't want to make any changes to them. So here is what we have. So y'all, I hope that you have enjoyed this super awesome way to take a 4x6 album, cheapo album from the Dollar Tree, and turn it into something useful and beautiful. If you have enjoyed this video, and y'all, I certainly hope that you have, please hit the like button. If you're not a subscriber to my channel, I'd love to have you join this amazing online crafting family. You guys, as always, please be safe, be kind, and be the reason someone smiles today. Happy crafting, and we'll chat later. Bye.